and today I will show you how I arrive with my formulas or how I made my costing for pandesal as an example. So here, for this first column, you will place all your ingredients. So example, flour, sugar, instant yeast, powdered milk, egg, shortening, salt, water, breadcrumbs. Then for the second column will be the quantity, kung ilan ang kailangan for each ingredient. So before pala anything else, I prefer that you make your recipe, you convert your recipe to grams or to kilos if you prefer that. You convert it to grams so it is more measurable. Unlike if you convert it to, unlike when the recipe calls for cups, so it's best if you convert it to grams. So this one I figured out already. For the recipe of pandesal, ang flour needs 1 kilo or 1,000 grams. Sugar needs 180 grams. Instant yeast 20 grams. Powdered milk 40. Egg 50. Shortening 100. Salt and so on. Ito yon. For the next column, you should be able to determine the cost of the certain ingredient per gram. So how do I arrive with this? So nakalagay dito. Cost per gram is equal to the price of the ingredient divided by the weight of the ingredient. So example, for flour, dito nakalagay yung 48, meaning that is the price of the ingredient divided by the quantity or the weight, I mean. So for every 1 kilo or 1,000 grams, 48 pesos siya. So dyan nakalagay. And then for sugar, ang bili ko sa kanya, 50 pesos per 1 kilo, kaya 50 pesos, 50 divided by 1,000 kasi naka-grams tayo. Dapat lahat naka-grams kasi we're using grams. Dapat uniform lahat para makompute mo ng tama ang cost. So, instant yeast, I bought it at 180 pesos per 1 kilo. So, ipagpalagay natin pala that I bought it for 90. So, you don't need to determine how much is the 1 kilo. You can just change your formula like this one. You should always start with an equal sign. Equals, example, 90 siya per 500 grams. So, ganon. Doesn't have to be all na naka 1 per 1,000 grams. So, depende kung how much or ano yung weight ng ingredient na pagbili mo and magkano siya. Sa example, this one. Egg. Actually, you don't need to do this. Pwede nang diretso dito sa 8 pesos kasi actually, ano naman siya, 1 egg lang kailangan. But for the sake of being accurate, kasi yung binibili ko is large egg and it is usually 50 in grams and it's 8 pesos. So, 8 pesos per 50 grams. So, yun yung, kasi 1 egg lang naman to ang kailangan. So, ganon. So, pag na-compute mo na to lahat dito sa total cost per ingredient, i-add mo to lahat. Itong 48 plus 9 plus 3.6, ito yon. So, ang formula niya is sum of all these. And also, you need also to determine kung gaano ba kabigat lahat ng isang recipe ng pandesal. So, ito yon. Ang isang recipe ng pandesal would give you 1,986 grams. And ang price niya sa isang recipe is 104.6 pesos. So, how do you determine kung magkano siya per piece? So, ito yon. Ako, I usually make my pandesal at 40 grams. Pero there are some, depende sa inyo. For example, 20 grams. Kasi usually I heard from sa mga usual na bake shop, 20 grams siya. So example, your desired weight in grams is 20. So how many yield is kung ilan yung mapoproduce mo per how many pieces per recipe ang magagawa mo. So, to arrive with this formula, yield per piece, ito, yield per recipe, is equal to total quantity, ito yon, total quantity divided by, ito yon, total quantity divided by the desired weight. So, ito yon. Makikita mo dito sa formula, it's B12. Ito siya. B12 divided by F2. Ito, F2. So, ito yung magiging number of pieces mo. So, sa isang recipe nito, makakagawa ka ng more or less 100 pieces or to be exact, 99 point something. So, magkano siya lalabas per piece? So, dito na yung cost per piece would be, cost per piece is the total cost of all ingredients. So, ito yung 104 divided by yield per piece. So, 104, ito yun, cost per piece, D12 divided by G2, which is yield per piece. So, ito yung result. So, ang cost mo per pandesal, sa 20 grams, 1.05 something. At kung gagawin mo namang 40 grams per pandesal, so to determine the yield, ano uli? Total quantity, ito, total ng bigat niya, divided by 40. So, ito yon. Ito yon. So, makakagawa ka ng more or less 50 pandesal if 40 grams per piece mo siya gagawin. So, how to determine the cost? So, ito na yung cost per piece is total cost of all ingredients, 104, divided by, so, D12 ulit tayo, D12, divided by G3, which is 40, this one, which is 49.65. So, ito yung cost. Ibig sabihin, ang cost per piece niya, pag 40 grams, ang gagawin mo per pandesal is 2 pesos and 10 cents plus. So, how do you compute for the selling price? I follow this golden rule. Golden rule talaga. Cost of ingredient times 3 plus cost of packaging is equal to the selling price. So, ayun. Kaya may times 3. So, ang ginawa lang sa selling price is kung ano yung cost times 3, ito yung selling price. So, cost per ingredient, which is H2. So, dapat, panin uli. H2, may equal sign muna. To multiply, asterisk lang, times the multiplier of 3, which is in I, you can place 3, ganun. Or pwede ding, since naka-input dito yung amount, yung number 3, pwede din, like this one, times ano siya, I3. Okay. So, why times 3? Why the multiplier of 3? This is the simplest way of computing the selling price. Hindi mo na kailangang i-compute kung ano ba yung cost mo sa electricity per recipe, ano ba yung nagastos mo na gas per recipe. This multiplier of 3 will already cover your ingredients used, the overhead cost like yung electricity, ano pa ba, water, and delivery, mga ganon. It could already cover, pag nag-multiply ka ng 3, no need to make complicated computations. Yan lang. And this multiplier is already enough also to cover enough income for you, for all your effort. Hindi yung masyadong tinipid mo sarili mo. This is enough for you to earn a considerable amount of profit for your hard work. So, ayun. So, example, for my pandesal, it's 6 pesos, diba? So, what I do is, I pack them in a box of 10. So, since 6 pesos, I'll check for the calculator talaga. Pwede namang calculator, pwede mo rin gawin dito sa Excel. So, since, how much nga all yun? 6.3. 6.3, ganyan na lang. 2, up to the second decimal. So, since 10 pieces siya per box ko, ganyan. So, 63.2. Pero, hindi pa yan yung selling price mo kasi sabi ko nga, gumagamit ako ng box. So, you add the price of the box. Example, 15 pesos. Example lang naman. So, dapat, ang selling price mo is this. Kasi nga, our formula to compute for the selling price is cost of ingredient times 3 plus cost of packaging. So, I hope na-explain ko kung how I arrived with my Excel presentation or the sample costing template, and I hope you can do your own costing. Meron ako ditong ginawa, like make your own costing. It's an empty sheet that you can use. So, example, ito, flour. You can just replace this kung ano man yung mga kailangan mo for your recipe. Then, you encode here kung ilang grams ang kailangan per recipe. Example lang. So, 50. 500 grams. And then here, basta don't forget, ang cost per gram should be equal to how much you bought your ingredient. Like example, sa akin, I bought my flour for 48 pesos. Tapos, divided by kung gaano siya karami for that price. So, in grams, 48 pesos per kilogram. So, 48 divided by 1,000 grams. So, ayun. Lalabas na ang total cost. And you can continue doing the same here hanggang ano yung arrive mo na formula. And this one na lang, dito mo na lang babaguhin din kung ilang weight ang required mo for each per piece. Example, kung cupcake. So, kung cupcake na recipe to, I usually, my desired weight in grams is 60 grams. So, yun. Lalagay mo lang to. Ito lang i-replace mo. Then, automatic na siya dito. Mag-i-input ng amount as long as you still use the multiplier 3. Okay, I hope I helped you with my costing template, and keep in touch if you have questions. Thank you.